Mobilized Russians call Ministry of Defense of Ukraine hotline asking how to surrender.
This post received a score of 57,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
How do they handle surrenders exactly? Are they imprisoned afterwards?
In Ukraine they've been keeping them in motels generally and feeding them. Most of the returned ones look pretty healthy on the trip back. But Zelensky has publicly promised that only those who want to go back will be traded as POWs. They also accept Russians fighting for the Freedom of Russia group, but you have to sign a consent form on video that you in fact consent, as they don't intend to violate the Geneva Convention by forcing people.
The fact that Ukrainian army still treats them way nicer than their own motherland is bonkers to me. The amount of kindness one must have to take in, bathe and feed someone who comes from a country which generally wants you to disappear is something I will never be able to comprehend, but will eternally be grateful for, as a human and as a Russian myself.
Greater than the fact that Ukrainian army still treats them way nicer than their own motherland is bonkers to me. Throughout history this has usually been beneficial.
Sun Tzu said about the same. Why surround and fight an army to the death if you can just prove yourself capable and accept their surrender?
Man, really need to read that book, Art of War, one of these days.
A fair amount of it is about avoiding fighting. It's easy to get a translation of it for free, as with many books that are no longer under copyright. Try or if you want audiobook formats. The first of those has many options for format. If you want a more recent translation, you can buy copies at decent-sized bookstores, or online bookstores.
The best maxim for avoiding a fight. No, be there. Really need to finish watching that.
Ukraine should make a footage how to surrender safely on a battle zone. Russian doesn't have to fight for one madman.
They have published flyers and are distributing them. One side, in Russian, says how to surrender. The other side, in Ukrainian, says how to recognize and accept surrender. They have also distributed surrender cards. Edit. A letter.
The Telegram preview for the curious.
This message looks like what an overly excited recruiter would send on LinkedIn.
As long as Ukraine can treat Russian POWs well, maybe even reward them somehow, there will only be a fraction of those forcefully mobilized actually fighting. Not to mention the morale damage of knowing that everyone is deserting.
Didn't they give a Russian 10K and Ukrainian citizenship to surrender his tank? Edit, tilde. Found it. 10K for a tank I am sure sounded good to both sides.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.